When it comes to the supernatural, few topics spark as much intrigue as ghosts and spirits. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, there are countless stories circulating about encounters with the paranormal that leave us questioning what lies beyond our understanding. Today, we're going to dive into 7 of the most spine-chilling ghost stories that, for many, prove spirits are real. These are not just tales told around a campfire, they are experiences that have been shared by real people, and in some cases, they still remain unexplained to this day. Let's start with one that comes straight from the heart of a small, seemingly quiet town. Story 1. The Haunted Hospital in a Small Town. A local hospital built in the early 1900s became the site of numerous paranormal reports. Nurses and doctors alike began noticing strange occurrences late at night. Footsteps could be heard in empty hallways, and doors would open and close on their own. But the most unsettling reports came from the morgue. One particular night, a nurse was doing her rounds when she noticed a figure standing in one of the morgue rooms. The figure was dressed in hospital attire, but when she approached, it disappeared into thin air. Since then, many staff members have reported the same ghostly figure, often seen standing by the operating tables or moving between rooms. Despite several investigations, no explanation has ever been found for these occurrences, and the hospital remains one of the most haunted places in town. Story 2. The Ghostly Hitchhiker. A man, driving home late at night from a long trip, took the same route he traveled many times before. As he drove along a remote road, he noticed a figure standing by the side of the road. It was a woman in a white dress, her appearance ghostly, as if she were a reflection from another time. Feeling a sense of compassion, the man pulled over to offer a ride. The woman accepted without saying much, simply nodding in acknowledgement. As they drove, the man tried to engage in conversation, but the woman didn't respond. After a few miles, the woman pointed towards a house on the side of the road and said, "Take me there." The man agreed, but when he turned to ask her about the house, he noticed she was gone. He was stunned. The place she had pointed to was the home of a woman who had died years ago, a woman reported to have been killed in a car accident just down that same road. To this day, no one knows who the hitchhiker truly was, but this encounter left a chilling impression. Story 3. The Little Girl in the Mirror. A couple had recently moved into an old house that had been vacant for several years. At first, everything seemed normal, but as the days passed, strange things started happening. The couple's young daughter would often talk to someone invisible, mentioning a little girl who played with her in the garden. Then, one night, while cleaning, the mother noticed an old mirror hanging in the hallway. When she looked into it, she felt an odd coldness surround her. As she stared deeper, she saw the reflection of the same little girl her daughter had mentioned, standing behind her. The woman quickly turned around, but there was no one there. She hurriedly took the mirror down and locked it away. That night, the daughter had another conversation with the invisible girl, saying, "She likes you, Mommy. She wants to play." The family moved out shortly after, unable to explain what they had experienced. Story 4. The Mysterious Figure in the Church. A group of friends decided to visit an abandoned church on the outskirts of town. The church had been closed for years, and rumors had spread about its dark history. Some locals believed the church was haunted, and the stories ranged from strange lights flickering inside to ghostly voices echoing through the halls. The friends, though skeptical, were curious. As they ventured inside the church, one of them noticed a figure standing in the back corner. The figure appeared to be a priest, wearing robes and standing completely still. The friends, eager to confirm whether it was just an illusion, cautiously approached. But when they reached the corner, the figure disappeared without a trace. Confused and unnerved, they quickly left the church. A few weeks later, they returned to find that the figure had appeared in a photograph one of them had taken, though they couldn't explain how. The photo revealed a shadowy figure in the back corner, exactly where they had seen it. No one could say for sure if it was the spirit of a priest, but the experience left them shaken. Story 5. The Ghost in the Attic. A woman inherited an old family home after her grandmother passed away. The house had always been a bit eerie, but the woman was determined to restore it to its former glory. One evening, while she was cleaning the attic, she felt a sudden chill and heard a rustling noise coming from the corner of the room. She turned to find an old rocking chair moving by itself. At first, she thought it was just the wind, but as she moved closer, she noticed the chair wasn't just swaying, it was rocking back and forth slowly, as if someone were sitting in it. Her heart raced as she backed away, and she quickly left the attic. The following night, she returned with a camera to document what was happening. This time, she managed to capture a shadowy figure sitting in the chair, rocking back and forth, as if watching her. The photo sent chills down her spine, but no one could explain the presence of the spirit in the attic. Story 6. The Phantom Footsteps. A man had just moved into a new apartment and was settling in when he began hearing strange noises at night. At first, he thought it was just the house settling, but soon, the noises became more pronounced. He could hear footsteps walking around the apartment, sometimes stopping outside his door, but when he checked, no one was there. As the days went on, the footsteps grew louder, as though someone was walking through the rooms. One night, the man decided to stay up late to investigate. He sat quietly, listening to the sound of the footsteps getting closer and closer. Just as they reached his door, he jumped up, opened it, and found himself face to face with a dark figure standing in the hallway. The figure didn't say a word but simply vanished into thin air. The man moved out shortly after, unable to explain the haunting presence. Story 7. The Haunted Hotel Room. A young couple was traveling on vacation when they decided to stay at an old hotel known for its historical charm. The hotel had a reputation for being haunted, with numerous guests reporting strange occurrences. The couple, curious but skeptical, decided to book a room in the most infamous part of the hotel, room 17. As soon as they entered, they felt an unsettling presence in the room. The air seemed heavy, and the temperature dropped significantly. That night, they heard scratching noises coming from the walls, followed by a soft whispering sound. They tried to ignore it, but the noises grew louder. When the woman woke up, she saw a shadowy figure standing by the window, staring out into the night. As she called out to her partner, the figure disappeared. The couple quickly packed up and left. But the memory of room 17 stayed with them forever. These 7 ghost stories are just a small sample of the many chilling encounters that continue to haunt people today. Whether you believe in spirits or not, these tales serve as a reminder that some mysteries may never be fully explained. But for those who have experienced the paranormal firsthand, the question isn't whether spirits are real, it's how we learn to coexist with them. So, next time you hear a creak in the floorboards or feel a cold draft on your neck, just remember, you might not be alone.